baby.
Welcome back for the second quarter of the. We're having impromptu karaoke sessions up here. The second quarter of the 1997 preliminary final in the Geelong District Football League. It's Bannockburn and Thomson. And at quarter time, Bannockburn 7-5-47. They lead Thomson 1-1-7. Don't forget our question we're asking this afternoon for a fabulous prize, one of the Buckley spray jackets. Who was the guest video best performer in round one? It's on page 12 of the match day record. Give us the name of that winner and your name on the back of the blue slip. We've handed around the cars here, and you can be the winner. And you've got to bring it up here to Ronnie.
What a magnificent jacket it is. It's just about waterproof. It's
just about waterproof.
Yeah.
So it's got a couple of holes in it.
As long as it doesn't get wet, it's waterproof.
Well, I suppose if you take it out of the bag, you'd have a chance. But it's blue, brown, and gold colouring. It's very.
That's maroon, Ronnie.
Maroon, is it?
Yes, that's all right.
Okay.
You go back to sleep now. But you've got to come and hand the blue slip up to Ronnie.
Thank you.
Brown.
And we'll draw it at three-quarter time in this match.
That's brown, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's the worst looking coloured brown I've ever seen.
That stuff's down the side of your lip. What I'm talking about is the stuff on the jacket.
Maroon.
Start of the second term, the 97 preliminary final. And Richardson's in the middle. Cowan's at full forward. And I think Peter Walker will be a little bit happy. Perkins gets the first tap of the second term, out wide towards Withers and also Butch Shaw. Andrew Gardner, sticks a leg in there. Could have been in a bit of trouble. But you'd like the general in there, Pete, with Richardson in there?
For direction, yeah, he'll probably throw a bit of weight around and make some good contact with the ball. He's pretty smart with his hands too.
Make a contest of it, I think.
I think so.
Goes towards Highland now. He's wrapped up by Connors. It was pretty tough in there from both sides, so we'll have another bounce.
To me, Scotty, it would have made more sense to have Richo in there at the start of the game and mark it at full forward.
Yeah, I think Richo's a little bit like Mark. He's struggling with a bit of an injury, and that's why he spent a few weeks down the forward line. But having played against him and been around the ball-up competition contests throughout the course of the year, playing against Richo, and he marshals his troops very well, and he sort of keeps them honest. And that's something they did. I don't think they really were in the first quarter, and I'm sure that he'll make more. He'll make sure the players will make more of a contest.
Well, he was 90 metres away from the ball at every
right,
turn of the game.
Yep.
Boundary throw in on the outer side, centre wing. It's going to be Evans and Perkins. Richardson in support. Evans, good bump too, just at the end there to get it towards Gardner. It falls towards Highland. He gives it towards Andrew Gardner. Left hand back to Richardson. Slick hands to Timmy Gardner. He goes long towards Plugger and Broad. Broad gets his right fist to it, gets a secondary one as well. Matty Pilgrim leads in the race for the footy now. Rick Humphrey right next to him. Little left foot kick by Matty. He's going to find touch and good kick too. It's out of bounds at half forward for the Thomson Tigers.
Matty's got a good haircut too.
Has he really?
Have a look at it. Have a look through there.
Oh yes, it's a bit
hard to tell.
It's a bit thin on top, isn't it?
She's shaved.
She is shaved, isn't she? And I actually heard somebody in the crowd last week say he had a really good haircut, and he's had one. Gardner around the corner. That's Andrew. Goes towards Matty again. Rose also. McFarlane. And Curvis the last to see it over the boundary line in between forward pocket and half forward, with Thomson attacking the Breakwater Road, or the Buckley's end of St Albans Reserve. That's right, Pete. That's 3 plugs. You owe me a few freebies now. Back into play. Smith, Henderson from behind. Smith gets it down to McFarlane. Wrapped up, loses the footy. Henderson can't get a handle on Gardner. That's Timmy. He's ripped off it. And his brother Andrew's there also. He's legged. Gets the handball away to Highland, who breaks through the back. I don't know how, but he did. Goes to the left boot around the corner. Great kick to Withers. Oh, he can't take the chest mark. Wentworth's there. He was a little bit further away from Withers than he would have liked, but got the footy. Now it's Nan Curvis. Left foot kick across towards Cowan and Perkins. And Broad coming across as well. Perkins, can he pick it up?
Feel like ground shake.
Broad, little toe poke, tremendous little play to College up. And he's got a bit of run now. Perkins is in support. He takes a bounce. He's on centre wing. He takes a second one. He takes a third. He can go all the way to half forward. Takes another one. He keeps going. Good play. Look at this. Now he draws a player stunt. Goes long with a right boot towards Clinton Shaw. And Shaw with a second grab takes a mark.
Great work, Perkins.
Great
I mean, it's great to have the voice and it's great to have the physical part of it. They're running besides it, but to get both, and obviously he had that. And we probably carried the ball 70 metres, 80 metres length to the ground, and from one kick basically out of the back line, the bloke's taken a mark in the forward line because they've been able to run the ball.
So Clinton Shaw has the footy. He's kicked 2 goals this afternoon, lining up 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, for a chance for Bannockburn's 8th major this afternoon. And has been good at centre half forward so far. Kick off the boot. I think he's missed. And one behind. So his first blemish, 7-6-48. Bannockburn, Thomson 1-1-7. GDFL Bingo Centre bringing us the second term of the 97 preliminary final on 94.9 Guest FM this afternoon. Burke to do the kicking in once again for Thomson. Evans has said, come members grandstand side. He does so and looks for the big man. East against him. Oh, uses the body well. Highland in support. Stands his ground. Handball to Andrew Gardner under pressure. Matty Pilgrim. He taps it backwards 20 metres and then chases it himself. Sits up beautifully for him. McFarlane, good tackle. Breaks it though, Matty. Plays on. Look at little Matty. He's got the haircut going towards an half forward. But standing his ground is Justin, and the echo will relieve the pressure for Thomson.
Yeah, kicked just a bit well weighted. Troy Colliger, mate. Good
Oh,
position.
my
Oh,
God.
JJ's played on, slipped and lost his footing. Colliger, quick hands to Clinton Shaw was good. Steadies from 60 metres and drives the long bomb up there. Roweth takes a slip sketch. A beauty in the right pocket. And, well, not good signs from a Thomson point of view, gentlemen.
Well, I couldn't understand that. Then, like, when Bannockburn won the ball after a mistake, all right, Justin made a bit of a mistake, but there was guys there that turned and started to run towards the
I
goals
noticed
with
that,
their back towards their...
So I don't think Stein even had any idea. That
Well, I
Shaw
wasn't
was
going to
coming
mention his
behind him
name,
with the
but...
ball. Oh, no, it's just a matter of concentrating on the play. I mean, one thing is know where your opponent is, but always keep your eye on the ball.
Well, he just basically let him set the play up.
Well, Justin coming off for that indiscretion. He's off the ground as Clinton Shaw has got the ball from Roweth and slots to his third goal.
It's probably a bit hard on Justin because, you know, I think he looked to play on and just lost his footing. A bit hard when you're on your knees to activate the forward movement from there, doesn't it?
Bannockburn 8-6-54. They lead Thomson 1-1-7. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. Boys, just want to ask you about Stein and also Cowan. How much sort of fitness do you lose with having a week off during the finals?
When you're already injured.
When you're in, well, yeah, when you're injured. Like you said about Stein then running around sort of, he's obviously lost a bit of concentration. Does it come with having a week off during the finals?
Without saying too much, Scotty, I think it'd really come down to whether you were how committed you were.
All right, back to the footy.
9 games there, Peter.
Well, how mentally tough you were. If you're a bit easygoing or soft or something like that. I'm not saying these guys out here are soft, but if they weren't prepared mentally, they probably run at 50 to 60%. If they're hurt with the same injury and they are mentally tough, and
I think some people take it. Looking at it individually, some players I think can adapt to that type of thing, and obviously types like Atchison, Garter can play with injuries, miss a game perhaps, and then come back the same next week. But obviously, if we are talking about a few younger blokes, they might find it a little bit harder, especially if they've missed the training as well.
And also, Stein's had a broken hand.
That's right.
A busted
Yeah.
hand,
Full
which
credit to the
obviously,
bloke to be out on the ground.
So it's ball up at half forward for Thomson. It's 8-6-54. You're right, Ronnie? Good, okay. 8-6-54 Bannockburn. Thomson 1-1-7. He's just doing a few other media commitments. It's tough being like Rex Hunt. How do you do it, Ronnie? back towards Evans. Tap over the top, Gardner. He got it with the outside of the right boot. Goes towards Withers. McFarlane comes at pace. Free kick for a push. Don't know how you could pick that out of a pack, but he's picked it anyway. In fact, he has given it to McFarlane. I thought he'd given it to Withers. McFarlane goes towards the leader, Cowan. Toolman can't take it. Broad. And... he goes with the left boot towards the safety of the boundary line. Foot race. Is it going to stay in for Dale Menzies? I don't think it is. Very underrated fullback, boys. Alistair Broad.
I thought he had a great game last week. He's probably one of Bannockburn's best player. And I think Peter mentioned earlier in the piece that he ran the ball well out of the back line, but just didn't have the support to kick it to last week.
Boundary throw in. Smith in front of the guest commentary box. Toolman in front. Leaves it behind. Support though. Henderson straight through the pack. Rough Robbie to chops Connors. He gets a left boot to it towards the wing. Colliger up against him. Burke. Sits there, falls back into Menzies' arms. He handballed it to Atchison, who was actually moving the other way. Then he's wrapped up by Clinton Shaw. And it will be a ball up on centre wing. And umpire Gledke just having a bit of a chat to Andrew Gardner. Well, he's given a free kick to Andrew Atchison.
well, that's fair too. He pushed him over.
He goes towards McFarlane. And also Rose has got the job on him. East, handball to Toolman. He goes out towards Gadd. Doesn't sit for the young man. Off the ground then Curvis. Coming out Cowan. Cowan can't pick it up. It's a kick off the ground by the defence. Out towards the boundary line. Oh, coming in there. Withers did well. Got it back to Rick Humphrey. Left foot kick around the corner. Back in towards the corridor. It falls over the top. Richardson, fantastic pick up. Half volley. Then it got touched. And it's through for one behind. So 1 goal, 1.
Joe, so I
Thomson.
notice
Oh, Toolman, and he's straight
And
off the
he's
ground. He
straight
come
off.
through the bench. He's got to come through the bench.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he's not coming back on the
conceded.
ground.
I think he's finished.
He's not coming back on the ground. So Toolman off, Richie Corrigan on. It's now 8-6-54 Bannockburn. Thomson a 1-2-8 with that rush behind.
Would this possibly be Corrigan's first game of the year or not?
I think he might have a couple early, Stewie, but he wouldn't have played too many.
Obviously, his coaching commitments are finished now with the reserves, and
I
they'll
think
be hoping to get some value out of him in the
A bit
playing
more
field.
experience
Yeah.
probably too, and a little bit more toughness. He's been in finals before, so they probably need a little bit. Dan Curvis.
Great tagger if the opposition had another player, especially a running type player. He very committed at sticking to the task.
Yeah, that was a bit ordinary. Why wouldn't he have let him play on then?
That's right.
Like
Dan Curvis
he'd
has got
set
it.
the mark, and Richardson had led, and he had Pilgrim trailing him. So
Yeah. Well, Nan Curvis goes towards goal. It's a fair kick
Great
off the boot. That's
And
a great kick.
who cares anyway? Great goal.
And that could be a team lifter. Terry Nankervis from the boundary line kicks his first, and it's the second for Thomson, 2-2-14. They need a couple more quick ones, though. Bannockburn are 8-6-54. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
And Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock showing Jason 11 minutes gone of the second quarter, and a badly needed goal for the Thomson Tigers.
So it'll be interesting to find out at half-time if we can. The problem with Gary Toolman, he limped straight off the ground, was a little bit worried about his own health, I would think, because he's walked straight off without going through the interchange, so he cannot come back on. And Corrigan came on for him. He's on centre wing on the members' side. Back in the centre, Perkins and also Evans. Boundary umpires found a free. It's against Thomson. And Perkins to take it in the middle. Well, Butch Shaw's got it. And, yeah, the umpire's making sure. It's got to be the ruckman. Where is he? He's trying to find him.
Who was it?
Well, Butch Shaw just said he was in the ruck. So they've blinded the umpire there and got away with it. He goes up. Oh,
Great
good
mark.
mark too. Clinton Shaw has been the best. Plays on quickly. Goes for goal number 4. It's going to spray. Is it going to be there? Habib. Backwalls miles away 50 against Bradley. For the late shove on Jason Habib.
No.
Well, umpire Gleggy's not going to pay it because he's 2 metres out anyway, so it's not going to make much difference. But
Watch the angle, boys. No, he's going to let him out straight in front. I was waiting for the enormous angle to put him over there on the light pole somewhere, like some umpires try to do.
intelligence by Perkins too, because he went and hid next to the wingman too. Did you see that when the free kick was in the middle?
I think the better kicker on the ground.
He went and
used the
hid
ball.
next to, I think it might have been Terry Nankervis.
Right option.
Habib puts the hand up again for goal number 2. And Clinton Shaw is close to the best player on the ground. Great mark, got it up to Habib at full forward. And Bannockburn kick their ninth. They're 9-6-60. They lead Thomson 2-2-14. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
I think at this stage, I think I'd possibly have Atchison now running with Shaw.
So Atchison
Very good
now.
aerialist.
All right, well, we'll see what happens.
Aerialist.
Aerialist.
Well, he is with him. Maybe I called that too late.
Just
Aerialist.
Aerialist.
aerialist. It's a nice word, isn't it?
It's got a ring to it.
It's like brain.
Evans. Big thump away. McFarlane wrapped up. Handball back towards Wentworth. Left foot kick around the corner towards Colliger.
Well
Trapped
trapped.
it fairly well then and got the run of the play. Handball to Corrigan. He handballs it over the top to Butch Shaw. Burke has to make up a bit of ground, does so. Good play though. Secondary play by Wentworth. Got the footy back. And there he is again. Clinton Shaw and Atchison's on him now.
Through centre half forward. Here we go, Connors.
Goes towards Chops and he takes the mark. Was going to play on, but Burke got there just a little bit quick. That's play on now. He's around the mark. Well, he goes now. Poor kick, back wall. That's touched. So it's play on. He gets a kick away. Oh, they all stand there and wait for everybody else to get it. Nobody wants it. Perkins taps it out to the advantage of East. Gardner comes with him. Handball back to Wentworth. Ducks his head. Menzies still gets a little kick away towards Connors. He got a hand to it. He's got support with Corrigan. He was going to handball it outside. Then he goes back inside with a kick, and it's fantastic.
Matty
The college.
Pilgrim.
He's got Pilgrim. Oh, he handballed. He could have nearly kicked it, but good pick up, Matty Pilgrim on the half volley. Gets it back to Colliger. He goes to the coach. You'll get a game next week in the grand final, kid. And you found the coach Stormy winner.
They're really setting it up. They've got the composure that Bannockburn side. They just hold the ball long enough to wait for something to happen, and then they hit the target.
I think Scotty said that earlier. They remind me of a basketball
Well,
team. They just
yeah,
keep moving
well,
it round the ring.
the point-
Possession
the point I'm
games, they
making-
get the right option.
There's not enough pressure from Thomson
No, that's right.
to allow them to do that.
No, Ronnie, it's a bit ordinary.
Perkins has got the footy. He'll be kicking from 50 metres out. And has had a... it's a good kick. Ball goes up and touched through by Atchison for one behind. And have you got Brett Rovier's number?
That was Brett on the phone just a minute
Was it
ago.
really? He was just a little bit worried, was he?
He was.
I'm sure he was. You want to try and make 1,500 somewhere else this
Put his
afternoon.
mind at ease.
I'm sure you have. 9-7-61 Bannockburn, Thomson 2-2-14 GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. Kick in by Backwell. Comes up towards Richardson. Wentworth behind him. Tried to tap it on the coach. Corrigan. Oh, left it behind. Gardner's there. Has to go and get it after waiting for Withers to try. He gets wrapped up, does he? No, it's held to him. Tried to break the tackle. Couldn't do so. And we'll have a ball up at half forward with the Bannockburn side attacking.
Scoreboard at the ground is incorrect.
Okay. So it's 9-7 to 2-2, not 2-1. Gardner, that's Andrew, gets a quick kick away towards McFarlane. It's been well held by Rose and a new role for him at centre half back this afternoon. Oh, McFarlane, it's too slow. Short little kick towards Butchaw, falls over. Got support though, if he can get the handball away. Can to Rose. Little left foot kick, nobody there for Bannockburn. Richardson couldn't make up the ground and take the mark. Perkins, handball out towards the boundary line. And it's out of bounds. He's done a good job on McFarlane Rose, hasn't he? Because he's the influential man across half forward for Thomson.
Yeah, terrific job. And normally, on a wing with a bit of space, very adaptable young man is Nathan Rose. Loose ball now, an opportunity for the Spud man, and he's under all sorts of pressure.
Just
trying to
makes the
beat
court.
two, Corrigan and Connors. Timmy Gardner's there, mops it up nicely to Burke, who bombs it away to half forward. Could end up anywhere. Puts Terry Nankervis under all sorts of pressure. The bounce, a cruel one. Gadd was quick, but a bit too quick for Wentworth. The Chicken Hawk, though, beautiful stuff. Picks it up and goes inboard and finds Corrigan right in the heart of St Albans.
Great shepherding, Nathan Rose there to
Yep.
take the opponent out.
He goes towards Clinton Shaw. Handball to Connors. Wants to get back onto his left boot. He gets around Atchison. Runs his full distance. Now goes with his left boot along towards Habib and back. Oh, Habib stood there and took it.
Strong mark.
Chopper Reed.
Strong mark.
Doesn't look like Chopper. Doesn't look like Chopper. I'm not going to say it to him, to his face. He's a lovely man, Jason.
You realise Chopper Reed gets out Monday.
Tremendous.
I wonder
Oh, you
if
beat
He
the
got out yesterday.
You beat the GDFL Grand Final.
I wonder if he'll do a handstand this time if he kicks this one.
Well, as I said before, 20 goals. He must have had his hand up in the air for 3 quarters when he kicked 20 goals this season, but he's got 92 for the season. In fact, he's got 93 for the season.
Has he?
Because he's kicked 2 goals this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
And he's lining up for goal number 3.
And got it.
Jason Habib. Oh, jeez.
He's pretty straight usually. Nothing wrong with that.
And again, straight through, and he's got the hand up again. So Habib's third.
She's an excitable character.
94 for the season.
Well, it's probably an important thing because if you're going to kick a ton, which he'd be looking at doing, he wouldn't want to leave himself with 6 or 7 to get in a grand final, would you?
Or 1 to get, ask Shane Andrews.
Well, I was going to say Shane Andrews didn't get a goal last year in the grand final, and I think all at the ground would have been fairly confident that he was going to kick his 100th on the day.
GDFL Bingo
Except for
Centre,
Fano.
second quarter scoreboard. Bannockburn 10-7-67. Lead Thomson 2-2-14. And Bannockburn Sporting Trophies time clock showing, let's have a look, 17 minutes gone of this second quarter on Guest FM 94.9.
Fano's been on the Justin Charles during the week. Evans gets it towards Connors, goes towards Colliger, East. Don't kick me. Oh, you're running at Geelong in race number 4, are you, Fano? Goes towards Bradley. Good kick, okay, out of the midfield. Gets it to Dale Menzies. Corrigan right next to him. Plays on quickly now, Menzies. Goes in, just sets it up. Gadd, Richardson. Gadd punches it away. Nankervis. Does it sit for him? Yes, it does. Terry, can he do something nice with it? He nearly can. 1 behind.
Great second effort there, Terry Nankervis, and just offline. Just couldn't quite screw the ball back over his left shoulder far enough, and at 1 point the result.
I've worked it out. Thanks, Noel. Beautiful.
15 plays 67. 8.5 minutes gone of this second quarter here at St Albans. GDFL preliminary final day at St Albans.
And Della Hunt kick in good too to Connors. Can run on his left boot. Short little kick. Chips it towards Wentworth. That's their game. And he gets it at a half back. He wants to chip it, but chopped off by Withers. Good play by Shane Withers. Then Wentworth rips it off him. And Henderson's got him in a what sort of headlock's that? That's a
Head over cocklock.
thank you very much, Stewie. Great.
You can't say that, Stewie.
He's just said it.
That was
It's all
Stuart Scott, everybody.
The Australian Broadcasting Authority will be around on Monday, Stu. Don't worry about it. Throw up Evans, Perkins, Gardner, wrapped up by Henderson, and it's going to be a ball up at half forward for Thomson. Oh, Stewie, don't go so red. I can't believe he said it.
Oh dear. That's the Gus Primmer coming out. It's one of Gus's favourite ones, he tells. Oh dear.
Ball up again. Evans and Perkins. Evans, big thump away. Nankervis sits there, waits for it. Corrigan, Henderson. Left foot kicks good to College. They've got a run on here. 3-on-1. Bradley has to come, then Butch Shaw. Was going to go back to Colliger, then elected to go with the left boot long towards Clinton Shaw. McFarlane looks like he's back there at centre-half back now. Clinton Shaw ripped off the footy. Rowlet's in support. Andrew Gardner. Slick to McFarlane. Could be a good move, this. Gets him into the play a bit. And he's found Timmy Gardner on centre wing.
He sells the dummy nicely, tantalising Timmy, and finds the spud man. Oh, Christian Highland went one way, then the other. Went the wrong way, in fact. But Timmy was up well back to Highland. Half forward on. Then Curvis back at the pack. Lovely mark.
Another move worth looking at. Atchison to centre-half forward.
Yep,
Great lead. Cowans! Cowans comes out and takes the pass. Lovely weighted pass to Terry Nankervis and Mark Cowans. The spearhead for the Thomson Tigers. An opportunity from 45 metres out directly in front. He's kicked 46 for the season. Hasn't bothered the scorers to date. Left foot kick, it looks okay. I think you'll find he has popped it through. Great goal.
Well, that was a bit of play.
One of those big sticks Kernahan kind of kicks. Big, useless, long, but still goes through.
Well, it's his first goal, and it's Thompson's third. They're 3-3-21. They trail Bannockburn 10-7-67. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard. And as we said, McFarlane at centre-half back now, and Andrew Atchison at centre-half forward. And Mark Cowan, as we said, started the second term at full forward, kicks his first goal.
20 and a half minutes of the second quarter it took Mark Cowans. It could be a start of many more. And hoping is P. Walker.
Wolf and Den to come on. I can't see
I
who
did pick Bannockburn
coming off.
Start.
In a roundabout fashion.
In a roundabout fashion.
Back to the centre, Evans and Perkins. Evans, big thump away. Robe Colliger couldn't take with him. Got support though. Wentworth kick. Around the corner's okay. Play on it was touched. Winter. Oh, mid-air kick. Great work. Juventus will be happy. Pilgrim. That's Matty.
Great
handball to Clinton Shaw. He can handball, but good play. Mickey Gann came at it, but still support. Roweth. Handball over the top. Training run. Butch Shaw. Goal number 2.
Too easy, Campese and Bannockburn Tigers, or the Country Tigers, roaring this afternoon over the City Tigers, and the Lions Club are pretty happy as well because...
And I tell you what, Ronnie, and now Bannockburn have got the audacity to bring Tresize onto the ground, and I watched him play a couple of times this year, and I thought he was one of their better players in a couple of those games.
Well, Ashley Perkins, has done extremely well in the centre in the first quarter and 2/3.
And that was Humphrey off for Wolfenden.
Yeah, Humphrey off for Wolfenden. And Butch Shaw's second goal makes it 11-7-73. Thompson 3-3-21. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
Back to the centre, umpire Gladkey throws the ball in the air. Those ageing old back of his can't bounce. As we see now, an opportunity for Thomson through T. Gardner. Gets it to A. Gardner. Wasn't too bad. Left foot kick looking for Wolfenden. But Delahunt's a bit too quick for you, boy. And I think you'll find it'll go over and out.
They give him a lot of latitude, don't they, the umpires, Stewie?
I'm not allowed to comment.
Yes, you are. You're not coaching anymore.
The last time I commented, I got red faced. So I'll just
Now
keep
you've
my
been
opinions
sacked
to
now,
myself.
Stewie, so you can say what you like.
Oh, there we
right?
go. Oh, Struth. Back in the plate. At half forward.
Still there, Stewie.
Still there, mate.
Timmy Gardner gets it towards Richardson. Uses his bulk and then gets the footy back towards Timmy Gardner. He gets around Winter. Goes with the outside of the right boot towards centre half forward. Nankervis, good play.
Yeah, well
held off Gad, the younger and smaller.
Big job for Gad.
Yeah, and the experienced Nankervis from 49 metres goes towards the square. Menzies in there, can't take the mark. They need a rover. They haven't got one. Rush through.
You should have
one
taken that,
behind.
though.
Should have marked that.
Should have
Did all the
marked
hard work. Was in front. Good leap. Had it. And then spent it like a pussy cat.
Was all over him like a...
Stewie, you'll be speaking to Noel Fanning at half-time, will you?
Certainly.
Will you?
Certainly. Why wouldn't I be?
Oh, because he's recruiting for Newtown, that's all.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you should be looking at a few of the players that are on the ground because they're still involved. Perhaps Noel.
Okay, 22 plays 73. That's enough of you, Jason Doherty.
I'm just staring, that's
Now,
all.
Delahunt brings the ball back into play. Mark tried to be taken by Broad, knocked away well by Richardson.
Oh.
He butters up, but got collared. High tackle. No, said the umpire. Loose ball, Corrigan. Cool on the crisis with quick hands to the run of Butch Shaw. He's long left to centre wing. Opportunity now for Jason Stone. Gets around one. Hand pass over the top to the run of McFarlane was good. Good shepherd there too from the rubber man. Allows McFarlane to go long to half forward. Looks to Woofenden. Can't find him, but Humphrey can. No, it's not. It's the Spud. Goes inboard with the left foot. Tries to find Richardson. Cowans to Richardson. Bit of a dirty day for the coach because he can't get hold of the leather. A bit like a piece of soap, and the Bannockburn boys clear it away from him.
Butchshaw's got a 50 call to play on. Goes inboard towards Rough Robbie. Rough Robbie can run. Handball over the top to Nudge. Nigel Tresize has got it. He turns around. He's going to kick. Then he handball to Henderson. Going to set him a task. It sits for him though. Robbie goes towards centre forward. Roweth coming out backward. Takes the mark in front of Habib. Good defensive play, Jamie Backwell.
Ronnie's best mate.
Jamie, yes, and his lovely Simone has done very nicely here. Always very safe pair of hands, finds the target nicely. Opportunity Bradley now. He's got a bit of courage, this boy. Long bomb, high flyer, Gadd at the back of the pack, got it to ground, but it was good work from Highland. Got it to Timmy Gardner. Richardson takes the mark at half forward. He's kicking from 55 metres out, and distance won't be a problem, but let's just see what the coach does.
Richardson now, outside 50, bombs it long, 2 on 2. Nankervis and Cowan. Nankervis in front, knocked to the front, Atchison, over his head, then he gets back, then he trips over. No free kick, Corrigan. And it's out of bounds. About 15 metres around from the Thomson goal. They trail 3-4-22, Bannockburn 11-7-77. 11-7-73.
51 points the margin.
Close to half-time here. Peter Walker. He's in a bit of strife. We might have to call for the doctor. Highland ropes beautifully off the back of the pack, but has missed to the near side one behind. And one behind, so it's 3-5-23, 11-7-73 Bannockburn. GDFL Bingo Centre second quarter scoreboard.
Thomson really need to work hard now that it's down here. They need to kick 2 or 3 quick goals into time on, because the time is now, let's have a look, 26 minutes gone off this second quarter. So there's still a couple of minutes left, and just to bridge that gap a little more and to build their confidence, because I can feel they're coming back into the game.
Well, it's been a very even quarter. 4 goals to 2, I think.
Even general field play, it's really closed up.
Delahunt to kick in, looks to the outer side, punch away Atchison, rope beautifully, Butch Shaw gets around a couple, little left foot kick towards Henderson who's running, handball out wide, is okay towards Connors, tried to get around Stein, couldn't do so, dropped the footy. Good tackle Jason Stein, and good umpiring. The umpires have been inconspicuous by their absence, which is always a good sign. They've made a couple of blunders, but not too bad. Short kick towards Atchison, that was a push, no free kick. As soon as I say it, they miss a free kick. Goes inboard, Colliger to Henderson. Tried to ride the Atchison tackle and couldn't do so. Gadd, Richardson, his handball is okay to Highland, who's been Thomson's best player. Evans goes to the right boot towards Cowan, over the head of him and Delahunt, goes towards Corrigan and also Menzies. I knew that'd get a few looks, and it's out of bounds 25 metres around from the goal. I'm on the Justin Charles too.
Those rose-coloured glasses again.
Well, who isn't? Who is if Highland's not?
If Atchison.
If Atchison or Justin Charles.
Who did you say, Highland?
Yeah, Highland.
I would have thought he was in that better too anyway.
Thanks, Stewie.
Go back to sleep with you, Stewie.
Any wonder you two sit up either end of this thing.
Let's get back to the footy. It's in the right forward pocket. Thomson into attack, and they really do need another one now. Boundary throw in, a good 45 metres from their goal, and well into time on in the second quarter.
The Doherty man trying to get free chocolates now.
What?
Loose
From
ball.
the Geelong Confectionery.
Is that what they own?
That's
I didn't know that. I'll have to go and see them now. Boundary throw in again.
I think Thomson are being very well serviced by Nankervis, Atchison. I think they're.
All right, hang on. We haven't got to the half-time wrap-up yet. Hang on, here he is again. Spud, kick a goal and make it worthwhile, Spud. He gets one high, no free kick.
Only Blake on the ball.
Corrigan goes towards Colliger, and he's at centre-half back. Timmy Gardner's going to run him down, but he gets his kick away okay. Good kick, 2 to Stormy. And Winter takes the mark in front of Bradley on centre wing.
Just chips up down a half forward. Looks like Clinton Shaw got away from McFarlane. There, Jason Stein. You can't do that. You just took the player out of the contest. And you
Did he pay the mark, or did he?
No, the Shepherd paid the Shepherd.
Shepherd, you can't do it, Fano. Many
good kick. You can't beat it, can
Would
you?
you like to be on the end of that? Hey?
Pilgrim to have him. No wonder he's kicked 93 goals. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Jason, but you'd like to be on the end of those kicks every day.
Plenty of opportunities to have shots to goal. That's what he's basically doing.
Kicks like that. Fantastic. And He's going for goal number 95. He could have the ton up before three-quarter time the way he's going. Habib. Tough kick, though. He's going to be 40 metres out. Close to the boundary. Comes in. And has missed. Oh, Roweth. Has he taken the mark? No, it's one behind. So, Jason Habib. Another point on the board, 11-8-74 Bannockburn, Thomson 3-5-23. Don't forget, three-quarter time we're drawing the guest video Buckley's prize, which is, we want to know the best performer from round one, the guest video player of the day. It's in the match day record today, page 12, round one. We want their name and your name on the back of the blue sheet that's around the ground. Bring it towards Ronnie here in the commentary box, and we'll draw it at three-quarter time. Richardson gets it to Menzies through the middle of St Albans Reserve. Gets his kick away just as Matty Pilgrim was running him down. Good pick up, Stephen Gadd. Handball over the top's fantastic to Rose. He's got Pilgrim in support. He goes towards the leader, Ronnie Pilgrim. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Good kick, and Ronnie takes it on centre wing.
Gee, the Bannockburn side are moving that ball in scintillating fashion, as the rubber man does well. And he and Ronnie Pilgrim just exchanging a few words. As we see now the ball up at half forward. Thomson into attack. Obviously copping a little lower in that last encounter, I'd say, the rubber man. But he's okay.
Which any normal person could be high.
Yeah, well, that's right. He's rather tall. So,
I don't mean to be awful when I say normal either. They're any average-sized person, I will say. Sorry about that, age.
Boundary throw in. Smith taps it towards Highland. Tries to get the handball back towards Smith. He's on hands and knees. Tried to get it towards Woofenden. Couldn't do so. Bottled up. And it's going to be a bounce on 50 on the outer side with Thomson attacking.
But, you know, memories are skin deep, aren't they? They've obviously had a lot to prove, Bannockburn, after last year's demise. And this could be payback time.
Well, I think Stormy might have mentioned that in his pre-game address.
Smith and also Henderson towards Highland again. Kick close to the boundary line and will be out, so gains about 25 metres, and now about 25 metres out.
He wouldn't be normal if he didn't. Is that right, Scotty?
Would have been one of the main things. If he did, I don't think he would have really had to say too much about it. I think that might have been in the players' mind before he brought up, but I'm sure he would have reminded them.
So it's half-time in the 1997 GDFL preliminary final, and Bannockburn 11-8-74. They lead Thomson 3-5-23. The goal kickers at half-time for Bannockburn. 3 each to Jason Habib and Clinton Shaw, 2 to Christian Shaw, and singles to Ron Pilgrim, Darren Roweth and Troy Colliger. The goals for Thomson, Alan Richardson, Terry Nankervis and Mark Cowan. So it's 51 points of difference at half-time. And boys, the better players in the second term and for the first half for both sides.
Obviously find it a little bit harder to find consistent performers for the Thomson side. But just quick, I thought for the first half they've had 2 or 3 reasonable players. I thought Atchison's still tried, even when he's been moving the forward line. He's given them something. Just in a few patches there, I thought Alan Richardson's presence there got a few of his players going, and he got a few touches himself. Aaron Bradley got a little bit into that quarter. Terry Nankervis has been good, and he's obviously restricted a little bit with his injury, but he's giving them an aerial contest. Timmy Gardner early in the game, hasn't been over influential, but he's always thereabouts, Timmy, and he's always trying his hardest. And I'm a little bit with you, Jason. Christian Highland's been very serviceable for their side. Rakes up plenty of the ball, but it's obviously a little bit difficult when you haven't got targets to kick to further up the ground. And his cricket side sort of puts down the field. It seems to be coming back down to his area pretty quickly. For the Bannockburn side in the first half, I thought Wentworth and the back line's been very steady. Matty Pilgrim around the ground through the centre, across the half-forward line there, at time been chipping the ball around, and at times been the option himself moving into the space. Christian Shaw really tore the game well and truly well open in the first 15-20 minutes of that quarter. Getting plenty of the ball around the middle of the ground, and most of his Clinton Shaw was obviously on the end of most of those kicks. He's also been very influential. Habib, 3 goals at half-time, possibly could have had 4, but they've obviously been very handy in the context. Matthew East across the centre line, Troy Colliger through the middle, and also Darren Roweth up in the forward line. Almost named the whole side.
Yeah, thanks for that, Stewie. Good. Yeah, that's okay. Well, it's a team game, and they're obviously the better team at half-time, Pete.
Yes, and I thought the only disappointment was the efforts by the umpires. I thought they were pathetic.
Tell us what you really think, Sam.
Well,
Tell us what you really think.
Scotty's been through both teams, every single player,
you target the umpires,
and did not even talk about the umpire.
Okay.
Now, look, I thought the game was very even that quarter. I think it was about, 4 goals to...
it was 4 goals actually 4 goals 3 to 2 goals 4, so... Pretty close.
And I too think that the one guy, he has gone through most of the players. A couple of guys that he did miss. I thought Henderson was pretty strong for the Bannockburn side. When you get a guy his size, and he is a fairly big lump of a lad.
I had to leave you a couple of players, Pete. I didn't want to push you out of a job.
Moving at pace through the centre of the ground, it takes a brave man to step in front of someone of that size.
Old Roughhouse.
And I thought he was a contributor. And but with Highland, yeah, okay, he was pretty good, but none better than Terry Nankervis from the Thomson side.
Free drinks at Buckley's for Terry Nankervis tonight. It's 11-8-74 Bannockburn. They lead Thomson 3-5-23 in the 97 preliminary final. Back with the second half on Guest Video and 94.9 Guest FM after this.